How's it going, everybody? I want to take this time to do a dip review for the Outlaw Dip brand. So I guess they were formerly known as Tough Guy, or maybe they still are Tough Guy. They just changed the name. Anyways, regardless, we're going to be talking about Outlaw Dip. Outlaw Dip is supposed to be an alternative to regular traditional dip with some good flavors, and they have the fat cut. So fat cut is supposed to be a wider cut than traditional long cut. I've had their fat cut in the past whenever it was Tough Guy, and let me tell you, whenever they said it was fat cut, it was fat cut. Whenever you could go to take a pinch out of your can and you would take half the can with you, that was a fat cut. This stuff now is not fat cut. I don't know what's going on, but it is no longer fat cut. I think it has changed, and supposedly through some other videos and stuff like that, they said that they have changed the cut. And you can tell that they have changed the cut, because here we have a can of the Outlaw Wintergreen. And now don't get me wrong, on first impression, it looks good. The pinchability is not there. Like, it's just not. And as for it being a juicy, moist dip, give or take, because Tough Guy, whenever you would go and touch it, your fingers would be red. I mean, it would look like blood. Now, I've been a grizzly dipper for years. Copenhagen as well. Here we have some Grizzly long cut wintergreen. Now, if we take a pinch out of here, we take a pinch, but this is only long cut. Their product is supposed to be fat cut, so the strands are supposed to be cut longer so you can have a better pinchability. And I just don't see it. I don't see it in this lineup. We have multiple cans here. We have the wintergreen. We have the root beer. And could be one more. We have the blueberry that we have opened so far. And every single one of these has all had the same problem. The pinchability is not there. It is not there for being a long cut dip. Now, these cans, specifically the blueberry can, I'd be afraid this thing's going to fall right off. There is no snappability on this can at all. I mean, it doesn't even snap on. Now, this dip does seem a little bit moister than the other ones. I will give it that. The flavor profile, whenever you stick a blueberry in, spot on, like blueberries. All for about 30 seconds. And then it no longer has a sweet taste to it. Because as soon as you put the blueberry in, you're hit with that straight sweet blueberry goodness. And in about 30 seconds, you're hit with plain. Now, you can still taste blueberry, but it's a plain blueberry. It's not a sweet blueberry. There's no more sweetness to it. The sweetness is gone, but it's still blueberry. I wanted to make this video to address some concerns with a lot of people that are reviewing the products that say, yeah, man, it's good, it's good, it's good. It's not that it's bad. I'll give it that. And the company as a whole, if it's still being ran by the same guy who did Tough Guy, is a good guy, man. Hats off to him. Real nice, respectful guy. I like him, you know? I mean, he's helped out a lot, you know, with past orders, you know? So we're not making this video to complain about the people. I wanted to make this video to address people that are saying that the dip is a good, solid alternative. Because it's almost there. It's almost there. But it's not. The pinchability with the wintergreen, we have, you know, almost the same problem. You know, it just does not want to pinch. I mean, and it's almost like it's dry. You know, it's not moist. Like I said, I remember you could press it. You could press that dip and it was just like oozing with juice. I mean, it was a juicy dip. These cans, I just don't know. Would I dip it every day? Probably not. But as a consumer, you can try it. It's not going to be 100% perfect. Excuse me. It's just not, you know. But they are attempting to change things, and I wish they would look at the can design. I wish they would look at what they consider the fat cut now, because like I said, I heard that they have toned it down. I wish they would go back to the original fat cut, which might be hard to do considering this is no longer tobacco. Where tobacco probably holds its consistency better, and you can cut longer strands in it than you can with this stuff. But all in all, so far, not impressed with the blueberry at all. Now the wintergreen's good. Don't get me wrong. This one right here, it's good. But it's got the tear your lip up, gator lip type shit going on in it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, guys, it's got that in it. And the same thing with the Ramblin' Root Beer. Because it takes me at least 2, 3, 4 a log worth of Grizzly to get that tore up feeling down there where you can tell you got that gator lip going on. This was all about 2 dips and you had that gator lip going on. And you could actually see pretty much like gator lip in there going on. So, I don't know. You guys take an informed decision. Try it out. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. Personally, I just don't think it's there, guys. I think if they keep working on it, it could be perfect. If they address those 2 key points. One being taking it back to fat cut, and 2 being the juiciness. Because that's what we all want in dip, is freshness. And you knew it was fresh when you would open up that can and you would grab yourself a pinch and your fingers are just all wet. You knew you had a good can. And from Tough Guy, every time you would get a can from them, it was the same. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Juicy, juicy. Outlaw, keep working on it, brother. We'll get it sooner or later. I'm gone, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Take care.